Welcome back to episode 9 of the Bankstown Line podcast, focused on Punchbowl Railway Station. Punchbowl Railway Station is part of the extension from Belmore towards Bankstown and opened on the 14th of April 1909. Punchbowl Station is quite a significant point of the Bankstown Line, as until the early 1990s there was originally a Punchbowl Maintenance Centre which laid to the northwest of the train station. There were several sidings and maintenance sheds for various trains, primarily the Red Rattlers, back in the early 1990s and beyond. Punchbowl Station consists of a single island platform with a fairly big curve, so it will be interesting to see how metro trains perform along this curve. Once again, Punchbowl Station is also heritage listed with a heritage building over platform number 1. Punchbowl Station will consist of various new entrances for the metro conversion and will also get lifts for the very first time. Punchbowl Station's overhead bridge actually looks quite similar to the one you see at Dulwich Hill Station. Once again, greenery will be installed throughout the area as well as some more cycleways, footpaths, and widened roads. Punchbowl train station was originally known to be a very overgrown area with a lot of trees and bushes that went out onto the tracks. This was until a few years ago when for preparations for the metro conversion, it was all removed and replaced with some newly and well-kept greenery. Of course, the overhead bridge has pretty much completely been demolished, with parts of the station which are still heritage listed remain. There is an old station building in the middle of platforms 1 and 2, towards the middle of the platform. That building will still remain when the metro station opens. On average, last year in 2023, Punchbowl saw 2,992 daily passengers. That was 1,092,020 passengers in total who tapped on and tapped off at Punchbowl train station last year in 2023. Punchbowl Station has been upgraded for quite some time now, as it was complete in early 2023 and has since been accessible to the public with lifts working well. At the moment, it takes up to 76 minutes to travel up to Macquarie University from Punchbowl Station. By Sydney Metro, it'll take only 52 minutes, a time saver of 24 minutes. For passengers who travel from Punchbowl to Gadigal, or as known as well as Pitt Street, currently have 42 minutes to get there. With Sydney Metro, from Punchbowl to Gadigal, it'll take only 28 minutes, a time savior of 14 minutes, and a time savior of 5 minutes to Central, with what currently takes 31 minutes but will soon take 26 minutes on Sydney Metro, with Metro trains running every 4 minutes in the peak hour. Between Punchbowl and Bankstown Station is one of the largest gaps between any station on the Bankstown Line, with around 1 to 2 kilometres distance. The line curves to the right before curving back to the left and straightening up on its approach into Bankstown, making Punchbowl Station the furthest station away from any other station by distance on the Bankstown stretch of the line. Punchbowl Station is the last of the stations between Marrickville and Punchbowl set to permanently close for 12 months, with Bankstown only being partially closed for 12 months' time, with the original end of the station remaining open for T6 Bankstown Shuttle Line services. For more information on that, go ahead and check out episode 10 of the Bankstown Line podcast on Bankstown Station with Shareth from Building Beautifully. Punchbowl Station is also known for the main building on the platform, which has quite a low ceiling and has this green painted colour. This is one of the only stations along the line to still have this originally retained ceiling and building on the platform. I do wonder if this ceiling will be heightened or not, as when metro services begin operation it is quite low, so I wonder if they will have to make the ceiling higher so no one could accidentally bump their head into the ceiling at Punchbowl Station. Punchbowl Station, before the upgrades for the metro conversion, was heavily inaccessible, with originally the footpaths leading up to the station being fairly correct, and also no proper nearby road access by having to walk several steps over to reach the road, as well as these old stairs which did seem quite rusty and old, which I actually do remember using a few years before they announced the upgrade for the metro line down towards Bankstown. The original building for Punchbowl Station was known to have this yellow design with these yellow wood panels and these green barred windows as well as a silver roof. The station reminds me quite a lot of stations such as Arncliffe Station or even Tempe Station, which are nearby to Punchbowl Station. Punchbowl Station is being revitalised to become a major transport hub for people of the inner west and making people further to go on the Sydney Metro line up towards Tallawong via the city and many more stations to come. And that just about sums up this episode, episode 9 of the Bankstown Line podcast on Punchbowl Station. I hope you enjoy this episode of the podcast and I hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast. Thank you all for tuning in to episode 9 of the Bankstown Line podcast.